this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1995 movie Casper. The movie is directed by Brad Silberling, who also directed Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events, and written by Sherry Stoner and Deanna Oliver. And this movie, of course, follows the titular ghost, Casper, who's a friendly ghost. He's lonely because he lives in this big house by himself with his three uncles. His uncles are always either out of the house or they're just causing problems anytime anybody tries to enter or anything. And the house is being taken over by Kerrigan and Dibbs. They're wanting to take the house so that they can get the treasure. There's supposed to be a treasure in the house. They're wanting to get it and everything, but they're not willing to go in there because of the ghost. So they try to get a bunch of different people to do it. One of them was even Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters, which I thought was a pretty cool cameo. But none of them are willing to do it, which I think is kind of weird that Ray Stantz would be that scared of the ghostly trio. But anyway, it was still a cool cameo. They get Dr. James Harvey to move into the house. He's like a ghost whisperer and everything, and he gets him and his daughter move in and everything, and Casper and his daughter Kat kind of start to form a friendship, and he's kind of becoming friends with the ghostly trio, Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso. And this movie is pretty good. I mean, Kat is played by Christina Ricci, and she's really good in this movie. This was actually probably the movie that introduced me to her. She's one of those that was in a lot of movies that I loved as a kid and everything, and this one was probably the first one I ever saw and everything. And she just was absolutely great as Kat. Malachi Pearson does the voice of Casper as a ghost, and I think he's perfect for the character. He also returned to voice him in the animated series that came out. That was like a continuation of this and everything, but I thought he was really good as Casper. Bill Pullman plays Dr. James Harvey, and he's really good too. I think this is probably my favorite performance of him as well. Everything. I've seen him in a few other movies like Independence Day and stuff, but I really think this is probably my favorite performance I've seen of his. Joe Niptody does the voice of Stretch, Joe Alasky is Stinky, and Brad Garrett is Fatso, and all three of them are just absolutely hilarious and everything, and the three of them together just works perfectly. Catherine Moriarty plays Kerrigan, and she's one of the most unlikable characters in the movie. I just really hate this character. I never liked her. Even as a kid, I always hated her. She's not very likable and everything, and you kind of get it just from the get-go. She's just this real stuck-up, snobby character that is only interested in the money. She's only wanting to get whatever is being given to her in the will and stuff. Just because she wants whatever is in it for her. She's really selfish, and she's just a really unlikable character. And Eric Idle plays Dibbs, who's her dim-witted henchman guy, and I actually do like him. I think Eric Idle was hilarious as Dibbs and everything, and he did a really good job playing him. But all of the cast is really great, and we also get some pretty cool cameos from Clint Eastwood and Mel Gibson, which I had never caught that when I was a kid, but both of them are actors that I've grown to really like quite a bit as an adult and everything, so it's kind of cool getting to see that they were in a movie that was a big part of my childhood. Which there were a couple of other Mel Gibson movies that I used to watch as a kid, like Pocahontas and Chicken Run, but I actually have to say that this probably is my favorite one out of the movies that he was in that I watched as a kid. And he's only barely even in this one. I also love the practical sets and everything. This had some really amazing sets and everything that it was a lot of fun to watch and everything. It felt like they were actually in a big house like that. I don't know if they actually filmed in a house. I don't think they did. It's more than likely on sound stages and stuff. But I like the scene where they're going in the basement, and it has all those different things where it looks and feels like a ride and stuff. Just a really awesome set pieces and stuff. And the score by James Horner, I think, is one of the best family film scores of all time. It's one of my favorite scores of his, which I like most of his scores. He was one of my favorite composers and everything. And I thought he did a really good job on this. I also think it's cool that we get to see Devon Sawa, or however you say his name, from Final Destination. He's in here for a few minutes as the alive version of Casper and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. And that song that's playing when they're dancing, I think it's called "Remember Me This Way." Just a really, really beautiful song. I think it goes with this movie really well and everything. Now, I think the CGI on Casper and the Ghostly Trio holds up really well as well and everything. This is one of those movies that pretty much everything about it actually holds up very well from the 90s and everything. It's one of the better ones and everything. To me, this kind of ranks up there with Jurassic Park as movies that really hold up very well. Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, and stuff like that. I think this is just a really good movie. I don't even feel like I give it the credit it deserves, though, because I know it was really popular when it came out and everything. I knew a lot of people, a lot of kids growing up love this movie and everything, but you don't really hear a lot of people talk about it as much as anymore. But this is just a great movie. It's still as good as it was as a kid. In fact, I think I actually might like it even more nowadays and everything, because the way it's written and everything, it's good for both adults and kids and teenagers. It has like the teenage aspect with Cat and everything, and then Casper is a kid and stuff, so there's that for the kids, and then the stuff with James and wanting to find his wife and stuff like that. It's pretty mature stuff and everything, and it mixes all really well and everything, and they just do a really great job with this movie and everything. So I'd give Casper a 9.5 out of 10. It's just a great movie. It's one that I usually watch at least every other Halloween and everything. It's just a really great movie and everything. I forgot how much I liked it. Eventually I'll probably review the other Casper movie. I at least have Casper: A Spirited Beginning and Casper Meets Wendy. I don't know when I'll review them, but I will at some point and everything. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
That's enough, guys.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end.
How do I turn you off?